Hi, friends. Welcome to the Trifecta of Joy. I'm so happy you are here. I want to share something with you because I love interacting with my audience. And I have a beautiful group of people that I send inspiration to in by way of emails. And of course, we have this podcast, which is, a different way of communicating. And we are moving to YouTube as well. So, with all of that said, I received a message from someone this week, and I really felt like I wanted to address it really fully because perfectly imperfect life coaching is a reflection of me and my heart and what I believe in for others until they believe in themselves. And her message was, "Hey, Tanya, I keep meaning to touch base with you. I've noticed a shift on your posts regarding weight loss and diet culture. I'm curious. Anyways, I think you're a stunning human and someone I've always found beautiful inside and out. Your recent loss has been significant. I know you exercise and practice good habits. Are you taking any supplements or anything? I know, I know you talk about this in your program. I was just curious about it. You're a beautiful lady no matter what." And I was really touched by that on a lot of different levels. Because yes, we have this amazing group Shine, which is something we've talked about in past podcasts as well. But Shine is about awareness first and foremost. And so I responded, and I'd like to share my response with you as I take a sip of my tea. It is always joy to hear from you. The truth is, I've always struggled with my weight, and I decided I was done with actually giving a shit about the number. I wanted to build trust with myself and come at it all from a place of love. I started out hoping I'd lose weight, but after a few months, my focus shifted to just loving and trust, and my body followed along. The reason I created Shine was to give some basic tools to build a trusting relationship with eating and self, and more importantly, to focus on self-love, self-worth, and self-compassion. At any and every size, beauty is the light inside, an attitude, and from love. And diet culture is bullshit. I literally have done every diet imaginable. Ugh, I'm done with that. I don't take supplements, well, vitamins and prescription meds, but I just move in ways that feel fucking great, eat what I love, and trust the awareness and fucking enjoy life. Thank you for your kind compliment. You are a beautiful human. Hugs to you, Tanya." Now, sharing this with you is kind of interesting, right? Because my body has changed, absolutely. And a lot of that has come through this incredible focus on love instead of where I used to focus, which was a grind and hating on myself and feeling like I didn't have worth in where I was at the moment I was. Part of the other challenge for me was that was my experience on the inside, and no one would have ever guessed it on the outside. And so where this all began was that I decided that I wanted to figure out a way to lose weight and do it from a place of love. And doing it from a place of love was very, very new to me. It was bizarre, actually, and it was a practice. And some of the pieces of that practice included identifying 3 things I love about myself every day. And I will tell you, identifying three things about you, things about yourself that you love every day can be very, very difficult when you spend 90% of your time berating yourself. We have 50 to 70,000 thoughts a day. 80% of them are from the day before, and 90% of those are negative. So I just want you to think about the way awareness plays a role in this. And so, the trifecta of joy, of course, is awareness, befriending your inner critic, and raising your vibration. And so when putting together this program, for me, it was the awareness that society is always telling us what we're supposed to look like and feel and blah, 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 blah. And it was like, I needed to peel back what the rest of the world was telling Tanya she was supposed to be and start to figure out who Tanya thought she needed to and wanted to be. And, we've got messages from society, we've got messages from friends, the things we tell our friends about our relationships with ourselves are sometimes really vulnerable. But often we will berate ourselves mildly compared to how we are actually berating ourselves in our own minds. And our thoughts are so powerful that building the awareness around that, for me, was not just about building awareness around food and why I was eating it and when I was eating it and the choices I was making. It was also about the rest of my life and doing things that I loved and making sure that they were nurturing and actually bringing joy to my life. So I chose activities that felt fabulous. And it's amazing how making those shifts in awareness can bring such massive change. And as I started building the program and realizing the power of having a focus around goals that weren't related to numbers, the more I realized how powerful self-love really was. And so that self-love piece, though, is tied, of course, to the inner critic. And, this is how Deja was born. I needed to find a way to make my experience with food and the inner critic related to food be someone that I could literally imagine being outside of me, just so that I could distance myself enough to be able to say, and you're full of shit. And so for me, that's where Deja came along. My inner critic's name is Deja, here we go again, poo, as in I've heard this shit before. Initially, because this was a whole experience and I was believing that this was a relationship about food, I envisioned her as the maitre d' of a 5-star restaurant. And she was dressed in black from head to toe in the sexiest suit in the world. And she was gorgeous. She had stunning, shiny black hair pulled slick into a tight, immaculate bun. She had perfect makeup and lipstick, and she was just, and she walks with confidence on really tall heels. Interesting. But this is the inner critic that I personally needed to create in order to have my experience of noticing and actually starting to work with that inner critic in a new way. So that's how Deja was born. It's so important, though, that we understand that the Deja is the game changer, and Deja is not always an adult. So as time moves on and it became less about food and more about self-love, it was about being able to nurture the Deja at whatever age she was at and she was hurting at. Because we know that that inner critic comes from a place of fear. That inner critic comes from a place of a fear or a worry that is holding us back from possibilities and serving us stew from our cultural stew that is very old, potentially petrified, and we're still chipping away at it. What I want to invite you to do is, as you learn about your inner critic, to take that next step to understanding with compassion. It's not about sticking it to your inner critic, although offhandedly we often sometimes catch her and go like, fuck you, Deja, because it's a fuck you, Deja moment. That's real. But when you have that amazing opportunity to pause, notice, and nurture the inner critic within, is where the power comes. The power is that experience of being able to hold whatever fear the inner critic has, as you would the fear you would hold for a child in crisis. That is the power of befriending the inner critic. When you take the space for yourself and build enough trust with yourself, you have the ability to befriend her. And I will tell you, it is a game changer. And the reason I talk about body positivity is that I will never say that Shine is a weight loss program. And the reason I will never say that Shine is a weight loss program is because it's an awareness, befriend your inner critic, and raise your vibration program. I will wholeheartedly say that there are some incredibly amazing women in the world who are of all different sizes and colors and races and nationalities and gender pronouns. And at every size, they are shining. And I believe that part of building that trust is learning how to love yourself where you are. And in the truth of it, my body is smaller than it has ever been. And at first, that freaked me out. I thought, am I too thin? And now I'm realizing I'm eating healthy, I'm making decisions that align with myself, and perhaps as I am surrendering and letting go, so is what I've been holding on physically. But it's coming from that place of love. There's no more fighting. There's no more deprivation. There's no more self-hatred around a midnight box of cookies. It's a place of compassion. And you know, there are so many women in the world, and especially on social media, who speak to these kinds of things. If you don't already follow, like Lizzo, obviously is like, she's a queen. She is a queen. I actually have intentions of sending her my book. She is about empowerment. She is about owning your body. She is about living juicy. She is authenticity. And other women like Bird's Papaya, talking about her own experience at different points in her life with her body and how proud she is of the stretch marks and the skin and where she, and the cellulite, because she's living juicy. And then if you have not seen or found Running Fat Chef, I believe her name is Latoya Sean. I think it's Latoya Shante or Shanti. She is a massive inspiration And it's people like that who are owning their bodies, living life juicy, living with authenticity, and saying, this is me now, and my body may change. Like, hell, I saw that Lizzo was having bullshit thrown at her and comments about her losing weight. And she's like, bitch, whose body is this? Like, I'm making this decision for me. And my God, how honestly, how could she not be losing weight on tour between practicing and performances? And that woman shakes it. Like, that woman shakes it. She's badass. It's why I quoted her in my book. But that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about following inspiration. And that, by the way, is a huge vibration raiser, right? Vibration is, what are you giving and taking energy from? And these amazing people, like, oh my God, Melissa McCarthy, do you follow her? A lot of people follow her for her hot husband. Hot husband aside, that woman is beautiful and she owns herself where she's at. And that to me is authentic beauty. That to me is shining light. And that's what shine is about. It's about shining your light right fucking now, in the life you're in now, not waiting until some stupid numbers shine up between your toes. Is that where the magic happens? I don't think so. In fact, I know that that is not the case. And so when you start living juicy immediately and start building trust with yourself immediately, you begin to build a place where you are proud and trusting of yourself in that moment. You don't wait until you're a size whatever, I'll say 12, before you go out there and buy yourself something beautiful from an amazing designer like Hillary McMillan. Like, there are beautiful designers for people of every size in the world. And so many people like do the Walmart thing because they say, I'll buy myself nice clothes when. Buy yourself nice clothes when you are you. Go do the things when you are you. And that's the beauty of it. That's what I'm about. That's why Deja has her moments every now and then. And it's an ongoing, and I say it, it's an ongoing practice of presence with and for yourself, using a trifecta of joy philosophy. And ultimately, you love yourself so much where you are, and you make the space of where you are in your life important enough to show up for yourself every day for 5 whole minutes. And as a result, you grow in badass, confidence, assurance, boundaries. I think back to our most recent group and the growth and the connection that has happened and continues. And those of you that will choose to join us are going to get to meet these amazing women who are so inspirational and supportive and loving. And I'm telling you, a serious vibrator, a serious vibrator. These women chose to join Shine, and they were like, let's see what happens. And what has happened has been beautiful. It's been magnificent. And I am grateful. And I'm deeply humbled to be a part of that journey. And that so many of them chose to continue on with membership, to mentor newbies coming in and help them shine their light even more. Like, could I ask for anything better? The beautiful thing, my friend, is this. When I got that email about body positivity, And that shift was really important to me, that people understand that although my body has changed significantly, I believe wholeheartedly that every body is beautiful. And I believe with every ounce of my being that when you lean into yourself with love and presence and intention and start focusing on the things that really matter, that things change in magical ways. Things change in ways that may have never been expected. But the beauty that comes from it is priceless. It's priceless. So there's my response, friends, to the amazing email I received. And please feel free to reach out if you have questions that you would like me to answer in video form as well. The bottom line is this: I want you to live your best life. I want you to love yourself where you are right now. I want you to stop waiting until and be in that space of love for yourself now. And start building that trust with yourself in that way that makes you realize how worthy you are every single day. And create gratitude for being you. I want to say a special thank you to the person who did send that email, because I hope that I was able to answer the question and also give insight into what I'm really about. I have a hard time putting myself out there talking about what I'm really about. But I said that 2023 was going to be the year of being seen, and alongside it, and in the process of reading, Feeling Seen by Dr. Jody Carrington. So I'm going to be being, feeling, and the feelings seen. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being you. And if any of this resonates or touches your heart and you have questions, or you just want to know more, or if you have a response to this that you would like me to address, please don't hesitate to reach out. That is what I am here for, and that is how we roll. This is a community. From my heart to yours, be well, take gentle care, make your inner critic your friend, and know that I believe in you until you believe in yourself. With so much love, my friends. Mwah. Until next time. If you have questions, feel free to email me at tanya@perfectlyimperfect.wtf, or head on over to my website, www.trifectaofjoy.com. By the way, at the end of the day, I just want you to live gangsta.